Meanwhile, President Donald Trump has lashed out against Britain. He's accused the UK of committing an act of total weakness and great stupidity. The act in question is Britain's plan to return the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. Now remember, the Chagos Islands are in the Indian Ocean. They are currently part of a British colony called the British Indian Ocean Territory. The UK created this colony back in 1965, carving it out from Mauritius just 3 years before it received its independence. The reason for this partition was because the Britain wanted to keep hold of one of the Chagos Islands in particular, Diego Garcia, because the UK had plans for this island paradise. The UK and US began building a military base on Diego Garcia in the early 1970s. It's called the Naval Support Facility, or the NSF Diego Garcia. The base is still in use. America most famously used it to launch aircraft to bomb Afghanistan during the 2000s. And it is a pivotal location from where both the US as well as the UK can project force in the Indian Ocean region. But the strategic base wasn't built on some untouched, deserted island. It was built after stealing land from and expelling hundreds of people. These people are the Chagos Islanders, or the Chagosians. The British expelled the Chagos Islanders from their homes in the 1960s and 70s, and they have protested against this for years now. They have pleaded to international bodies to be allowed to return to their ancestral lands. After decades of this pressure, the UK finally agreed to hand the Chagos Islands back to Mauritius last year. Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer formally signed a deal to return the islands in May last. This deal says that the UK will hand sovereignty of the Chagos Islands over to Mauritius. However, it will continue to control Diego Garcia and the military base on a 99-year lease. That lease can also be extended by another 40 years. And this deal would not have been possible without a go-ahead from the United States of America. The US effectively had a veto over this deal, but the US president gave his go-ahead. And since this was taken place, remember that American president was Donald Trump himself when this entire deal took place. But now Trump has made a U-turn and decided to criticize that very deal. He has slammed Britain's decision to effectively decolonize the Chagos Islands. He's called it an act of total weakness and great stupidity. And now he's using the Chagos deal as an excuse to try and take over Greenland, which is another colonized island where most locals do not want to be controlled by some imperial overlord.